everybody, it's Meira. Welcome to another installment of Meira Speaks. Originally, I was going to do this video about self-care. I just did a post on my blog, Truthsni Utis True Beauty, where I gave a self-care checklist. And I think it's very, very important because the importance of self-care cannot be overemphasized. If you do not take care of yourself, you cannot take care of the people around you. However, just this morning, I realized that there was something very important that I had accidentally left out of my blog. But it's something that requires its own explanation. So I decided that instead of simply editing my blog to include it, I would just talk about it here. And it's all about keeping up with what's going on around you. It is so important to be aware. Now, I'm not talking about gossip of any kind. As Jews, we know the dangers of gossip. What I'm referring to is just being aware of what's going on in our society in general. One example I can give is sports. Now, it may sound strange. I don't follow sports, neither does my husband, and nobody has to follow sports. But it's important to at least be aware of sports. Simply because, again, it's something that is going on in our society. Even if you don't watch the World Series, it's good to know that it's going on. If you don't watch the Super Bowl, it's important to know that it's going on. If you don't watch the Olympics when they're on, it's important to know that those are going on. And a lot of these things carry with them a lot of newsworthy things, and you need to be aware of that. Then there's popular culture, TV, movies, and such. Now, I know that there are people who feel that TV is completely unhealthy and they will not own a TV and they won't watch it. And you know what? I say that's fine. I will not argue with you. But you do need to be aware of what's going on in pop culture. We all need to at least have some familiarity of at least some of the things that are going on in popular culture. Again, we can't be expected to know everything. Even those of us who do watch TV and watch movies cannot be expected to know and follow everything. None of us can. But we can at least be familiar with it. Now, why is it so important to be familiar with what's going on in these areas in sports and in popular culture? Because they allow us to think and to ask questions and to learn and to connect with other people. And those things are all very healthy things to do. Then there's the more obviously important areas, political and social issues. Now, those affect our communities, our cities, our countries. They affect how we live and what we do. And so it's not only are those important, they're more obviously important. We need to be aware of the political and social issues in our society, and especially when it comes to the hot button issues. We need to know who our elected officials are. We need to know, if there's an election, who the candidates are. We need to know what different people stand for. Now, I'm not going to say that everybody needs to suddenly be all into it. I understand that debates and speeches can get very boring, and some people, myself included, don't really like watching them. And I'm not going to say that anybody has to. But we do need to be aware of what's going on around us. And when it comes to political and social issues, we really need to be careful and keep our senses wide open. We need to know what's going on. And we need to show that, especially when there's an election going on. We need to make sure that we vote, if we're eligible, obviously. But whenever we're eligible to vote, we need to take advantage of that, and we need to go vote. And in order to go vote, we need to be aware of what's going on around us. Now, again, it's about thinking and asking questions and learning, keeping our minds and brains working. Self-care is that important. We can't afford to let any of it go. So I hope that everybody will take all of this to heart. Be aware of what's going on. Thank you.